Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday questions and answers session, where we're discussing the stocks you invest in and you trade in. And this morning it's a bit of a bloodbath on the exchange with Mr. Trump announcing his reciprocal tariffs on imports into the US, and the financial stocks are taking big pain. I see the platinum stocks like Anglo Plats is down 5%, Implats is down 4.6%. Most of the financial stocks are down between 5 and 6%. Capitec down 6.66, Discovery 6.8. Stock like Sasol's taking a bath, down, I think it was 12 when I looked earlier. It's now down 8.5. Oh no, ArcelorMittal was the one that's down 12%. So these tariffs look like they're really going to hurt certain sectors of the market, and then obviously that'll filter through to the financial stocks as well. And we're discussing one of those financial stocks today, but more on the insurance side of things. And we've got Pierre Muller, who's our senior equity analyst on the financial stocks, and he's going to be talking to us about Old Mutual and the outlook for that. Thank you, Pierre.
Thanks, Sorrel. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today. As always, today we're looking at Old Mutual, as Sorrel mentioned, and then also more specifically the 2024 financial year results, and just provide some of our thoughts on the company. Just an overview on the company and the environment. So starting with the macro environment, we expected the consumer to benefit from lower inflation and interest rates, and that is the case. But it looks like it's playing out a bit slower than anticipated. The interest rates also went up a lot more than it thus far has come down. And also, one has to always remember with the interest rates, there's a bit of a lag effect after they've increased to place pressure, and also once they decrease, you see that kind of lag effect kind of play through. And then also the consumer first, as they get hopefully wage or salary increases, then they should, or the annual, that happens annually usually, and then that also plays out over time. So yeah, a little bit of benefit there, but hopefully there's more to come. During this period that Old Mutual reported on, you can see I'm very specific at the moment because today, as Sorrel mentioned, is a bit of a negative day on the markets, a bit red. But for the 2024 year, Old Mutual benefited from higher markets. And we just highlight for the insurance space, it's quite a competitive environment, and we don't see any changes there. It's going to remain competitive between the insurers. On a valuation front, so the pricing multiples were slightly above average, but that was at our report date, and we had a 12% upside to intrinsic value. Now that would be a bit more. As of today, so potentially more of a 20% upside. So we still remain with a buy recommendation for Old Mutual. However, we do prefer Sanlam. We just think there's a bit more levers or things going on at Sanlam to add a potential bit more growth compared to Old Mutual. So what would change our mind is growth and profitability prospects. So let's say if Old Mutual does some things that adds to this outlook or excitement a bit. So far it's it started with the bank, but we see that bit of a headwind. So we still prefer Sanlam in that sense. But overall, the company is trading at a cheaper price compared to its valuation. So we do have a buy, and what would change us to a sell is if the share price went higher, or if we would see perhaps this growth profitability prospects where it completely loses market share or something that's not anticipated at the moment, but if something like that were to happen. Then on the event, so basically the results that are reported for the 2024 financial year, we're looking here at the results from operations and for the main segments. And there's four main drivers that I would like to highlight here, two being positive and two negative. So if we start with the two positive, so what drove that overall 4% increase in the results from operations. So firstly, it was the Old Mutual Insure, so that's a short-term insurance space. This wasn't necessarily so just Old Mutual. We've seen this over across all the short-term insurers. So they went through quite a negative period with increased load shedding. So there's a lot more claims, things breaking and all of that. There was a lot of inflation, cars got more expensive and all those type of things. And then they had to reprice. So first they had to push up their premiums, but they also did other interventions. So, made it a bit more difficult to, claim certain things, or they target certain products or so. So they had other interventions also to make their policies a bit more profitable. So that was quite an industry thing happening there, and Old Mutual also in its short-term insurance segment benefited from that. The second thing it benefited from was the higher markets. I mentioned that now in the previous slide. And that would have benefited a lot of their segments where it would have played through, but you would especially see that in the investments space. So it will benefit from a higher, the average assets that under their management that would increase also with market. So they would benefit from that there. So those were the two main positive drivers that I would like to highlight that occurred during the financial year. Then on the detractor side, you can see the personal finance and wealth segment was lower. That's mainly due to the personal finance side, and that's due to insurance type of events happening there. So they had a poor mortality experience with higher than usual average claims, but they also cited specifically it was more in the first half of the 2024 financial year. The second half looked better, so they also strengthened some of their valuations or the assumptions, and then there was adverse movements in the yields, and on top of this the prior year had positive changes, so you're coming also off a higher base. So a couple of drivers there happening in that insurance space. And then the other negative impact you'll see in the net results from group activities, that expense increase there. So about 500 million of the increase in expenses there relates to the bank startup course. So as it's starting to develop its own bank with its own bank license, so that's driving up the expenses on that side. So that's the two main detractors. And now I'll just show you in a visual manner what we just talked to. So you can see the first green bar, that's the short-term insurance business providing some growth there. And then the next two green bars, you can put them almost together as markets helping them. So those two segments there benefiting from higher markets. And so the shareholder investment then wouldn't have been part of the results from operations, but because we're looking now at the overall profit of the company. But so this is those returns that the insurer has. You can see also did quite well for the period. And then the detractor, as we mentioned, the personal finance space, that one you can see that the larger red bar on that side. But overall, you can see that the profit's going up there for the period. If we turn now to the life annual premium equivalent, so that's a metric that the insurers use to look at sales volumes, basically. So if you look at these four type of segments here, the Mass and Foundation cluster, which is your middle to lower LSM type of cluster, you can see it took quite a knock during COVID, recovered. So there's a positive trend there after that. The personal finance and wealth management, which is more your middle to higher LSM groups, that's quite a steady trend there, positive. And then on the Old Mutual corporate side, so it looks like a negative trend, but you can see also in the prior and the second half they had quite a lumpy sale on that side. So the corporate space can be a bit more volatile and lumpy in that sense, but the trend is a bit more negative in that division. And then the rest of Africa, it's quite smaller compared to the first three, but there's also you can see they're doing nicely on that side on their sales volumes. The The next chart now, what we're looking at is the value of new business margin. So that's how profitable the new business is that they write in the insurance business. You can see it increased from 2.3% to 2.5%. And the main reason being the mix there. So that basically says they sold more products that has higher margins. So it just shifted to that side. And then also what I'd also like to just highlight there, they usually aim for a value of new business margin between 2 to 3%. So they're sitting a nice smack bam in the middle of that kind of target that they have. So looking at a pure share price performance, Old Mutual was reasonably flat over the period, while the index was up. So they underperformed in this regard. And then looking at the valuation, so there's at this date 12%. So currently there will be a bit more, and the PE would now be sitting slightly below that average line, which you can see is slightly above the 7. So yeah, as of today. And then just because we prefer Sanlam a bit more, so I like to include this chart just on a relative valuation basis. So we take Old Mutual's price to earnings ratio and divide it by Sanlam and track that over this history. So firstly, you'll note that Old Mutual is usually cheaper than Sanlam. That's just because Sanlam has a higher profitability ratio and growth historically, so it's expected to be a bit more expensive company. But then in that relationship, how we track them, you can see now Old Mutual is on a relative basis a bit more expensive than Sanlam at the moment. That brings me to the end of my side of the presentation. We can go to the technicals where Sean will take you through. Thanks.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, you can see the chart there of Old Mutual is, again, obviously until yesterday's close. You see the share price is trading just above its 20-day and 20-day moving average, but it's below its 50-day and 200-day moving averages. So at that point in time, the medium and the long-term trend was bearish. In the short term, the share price has broken below that short-term resistant trend, short-term support trend line to trigger what we can call a short-term price correction. And obviously today, as Sorrel and Piers mentioned, the share price has obviously fallen back further. It was testing that support level about 1160, but it has obviously fallen below that level today. We could expect the share price to test the long-term support trend line. That's the one coming from the bottom there. That's a long one. It's about 1140, as well as also the previous support around about 11. And I'll just expanded my graph out further to see if there's more support. There's support at 11 and at 10 and also at 9. You can see also on the graph here that the MACD indicator is still trading in oversold territory and still above its trigger line. But obviously that changed this morning, and that is given a bearish signal now. So yeah, that's on the downside. On the upside, you can see on the chart there's strong resistance zone between 1342 and about 1434 levels, and that's where Pierre has his intrinsic value is about 1370. But as Pierre said, we've got a good buy recommendation on the share, with about 20% upside from current levels. Yeah, as I see it.
Yeah, I think the share is well supported here at $11. It's at the previous pivot, and I think it's a bit of an overreaction today across the market, giving some good opportunities for some nibbles here. Old Mutual is down to $11. If you look at this chart, it's down at that bottom pivot. Something like Sanlam was trading at 85 last week. It's trading at 74 this morning. It's just it's a heck of a whack things are taking here. Even something like MTN is down 7%. So it's normally in corrections like this where you do pick up opportunities for those of you that do have some cash. As Pierre said, he prefers Sanlam over the long term, but I mean, this thing today, after being hit down to about 11 Rand, it's trading at 11.06 at the moment, with an intrinsic value of around 13 Rand. Certainly has good possibilities. I'm going to hop into the chat and see if there are any questions. I don't see any. Gosh, we'll give it another second or two if somebody wants to type a question. Is there anybody who wants to ask a question outright? You can just switch on your mic and ask the question. Nothing? Well, I think, Pierre, you covered it. We'll be back next week, Thursday, and we'll be back with you, Pierre, when we're talking about Standard Bank. Standard Bank, just for interest sake, I'm looking at the live prices here. Standard Bank trading at 219.90. That's also down 4.97 for the day. So things are really taking a bath. But we'll check in with you next week and do a sense check and look at the numbers and see what kind of potential we have. Thank you very much, Pierre, and thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a great Thursday. Bye-bye.